Riot Cap S or Ben Siscolo, Holly Honey Woodbuck or Holly Cook, and Riot Sushi with Sasha Shams. Rocking up the coach position, we have Riot Zeladrith or Eric Chang.
What a stacked position here. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a great game. I know we've got a lot of talent on this team, so I'm eager to see how they're able to shake it up and take on the other side. Speaking of which, on Team 1, we have Sicko Scott or Scott Hong, Riot Maximoto or Ian Christensen, and Quine, Brian Gates, Cray Sung or Josh Wang, and Honest Pillow, Joe White. We also have in the coach position Triptoid or Brian Lasker. Man.
These are some pretty stacked teams. If anyone has been watching Rumble for a couple of years, you might recognize some of these names. I've in fact even played with a few of them before. So I will be completely unbiased in my casting, whether they win or don't win. But at the end of the day, I just look forward to great games coming from them in another type of game that they can play professionally.
Absolutely. And I know that we have like a great amount of synergy coming in on the side of Odd Beams. They've been playing together in Premiere. They've been doing a lot of scrims, and they have this great synergy in working together. I think perhaps coming from that Premiere practice that they've been getting in there.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think we've only seen one player across both teams have made it to finals before. So a lot of the people up here haven't actually played on stage for Valorant finals. A couple of them have played for League, but none for Valorant this time around.
Well, I'm excited to see some fresh blood, get some new wins, toss out some new jackets to some folks here.
Oh, yeah, I mean, everyone plays for the accolades of winning, but obviously for the jacket as well. You know, everyone likes the Valorant points too, but the jacket is really, the redesigned jacket looks so good.
Oh, come on. You got to walk around campus with that.
Gotta throw the swag. I mean, when you're on campus, right?
Come on.
What are you looking forward to? What are you hoping to see in some of these picks? Is there like one particular agent you're just gonna be like, nope, never, I hate him, not gonna happen? Or is there one you're like, every single game must always have a raise, otherwise we've done something wrong?
Well, I will say, I'd love to see Deadlock. We don't see a lot of Deadlock, but I think there's some potential there. You know, she can pull it out in some interesting maps, you know? But I will say, I'm expecting to see some KJ, definitely.
KJ, yeah.
I think Jett is a guarantee. But personally, Brimstone, that's my fave.
I would love to see some Brimstones and Breaches. I know they've fallen off in popularity, and their usefulness compared to some of the newer agents has definitely suffered, but I think the gross utility that they can provide if used properly on some of these smaller maps is just astonishing if you know how to use it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know that there is, you know, some controversy around Brim doesn't get his stuff back, but let's go to our map select here.
Yeah, so teams will be able to basically ban one out each, then we'll see another series of picks, then we'll see another series of bans, and finally we'll have the last third map. If we can go all the way to best of 3, we'll have that third and final map get played. So right here, it looks like AHB has banned out Breeze, and T1 has banned out Sunset.
Wow, okay, some hot bans here. Looking for these picks. I mean, I'm excited to see what that first pick is gonna come through as, but I mean, judging by Breeze coming out, judging by Sunset, ooh, we do see Ascent getting locked in as the first pick on AHB's side.
A very familiar map, old favorite. Everyone and anyone should know how to play on Ascent. Even if it's your map pick. Oh, and there comes Lotus. Okay, so we have Ascent and we have Lotus coming right in.
We do have T1 picking attack on that Ascent map.
Okay.
And it looks like we've got AHB picking defense for Lotus, with a third ban coming out as Bind.
I wanted to see Bind, you know? I mean, it's a favorite. It's an old favorite of mine.
Me too. Me too. And it's a great Brim map, so I always love it. We do see another ban coming out here as Haven, so we'll only see one 3-site map, which I do love. I love those 3-site maps. It really keeps things fresh. We see AHB picking defense on that map and leaving us with a decider map of Split.
So we talk about, you know, it's nice to see occasionally a 3-point map up. You know, you got to defend site A, B, and C. I wonder, will Riot ever go full crazy and make a 1-site map?
A 1-site map? Maybe a 4-site map.
Could that even work in competitive play, 1 site?
I mean, you'd have a lot of entry points.
Oh, we've got some fans already out in the crowd showcasing their wonderful making of portraits and posters to throw around, supporting their teams.
Gotta love that fan moment. Ooh, some more signs coming out here. More chaos. Hey, a single site map, that would be more chaos. I mean,
look how talented they are to draw that in like 6.5 minutes.
Wow.
I mean, you're gonna get a stick figure from me.
Oh, and looks like the players are gearing up. They're looking pretty focused.
Yeah, there's no like cheering or jeering or like pumping their fists right now. It's probably very much, okay, what do we want to do? We're starting off on attackers. What is our initial game plan for pistols? You win pistols, you immediately put yourself on that high foot. You get another free round, air quotes, free round. You put yourself up probably 2-0 to start.
Probably, I mean, if all goes according to plan, that should be a guaranteed to win on those maps, but we'll see. And then, you know, it can be a disrupt on the economy if you do upset them on their buy round on that second round, but we'll just have to see if that's what's going to happen here. I'm excited to see a really competitive pistol round coming out.
It's the classic question of do you go Ghost or Classic and Armor, and we're already into Agent Select, so we'll come back to that in a few minutes.
Is there any agent that you are particularly eager to see on Ascent?
You know, on Ascent, I hate to say it, but Jet is the ability to play so vertically on this map gives you so many options. Jet is just, you can do so many things on this map. And we can see there's one Jet already. Oh, hey, look, we've got at least a couple of favorites coming in too. We have some older hands. We have another Sage coming in. And then on the, we have paired Omens. That's going to be fun. Arena. And hey, look who we have over on the AHB side.
We got a Breach.
Hey!
We got Killjoy. I love Killjoy on Ascent personally. That's my go-to pick because her alarm bot gives you so much flexibility to hold down mid completely by that util alone. You can pretty much tell your team, I've got mid, I've got my site. Go ahead and hold. Absolutely. It's incredible. It's incredible. So there's a lot of map control, especially in these early rounds where we don't have rifles coming out and it's a little bit harder to take down utility. Killjoy is going to be incredible.
You always hate to see turrets and sentries and invisible sentries give away the fact that, hey, I had a really good flank and now I don't. This sucks. And then you have to completely repivot your idea. Thanks, Killjoy. Really, we appreciate you.
Thanks, Killjoy.
All right, here we go. Round one about to start. Let's give some cheers. Here we go.
All right, it looks like we are starting off with a lot of Ghost buys. I'm seeing a couple of players on the Team 1 side picking up those half shields with their classics. And we do see an immediate sky flash out. They dash into the wall. They're still looking for a pick there. Nothing found.
One free orb, a lot of damage done to Croissant though, down to 20, can't heal herself with that heal, but Sage is around. If they can move the Sage over, they can get some health back, and there you go, healing right back up.
And it does look like we're looking for some information mid. They do see a shoulder peek out on Reyna holding that mid position.
Yeah, you're just gonna kind of plink away with your Ghost. You're hoping for that lucky headshot, right? 105 damage at that range, knock them out instantly if they don't have light armor, but you're just kind of trading bullets at this point. You might run out of ammo if you waste it a little bit too much.
We do see an interesting Omen lurk over on B site. I don't know how much value he's gonna find there. And we do see some scrimming over here on the A site. No picks found. Retreating back into this smoke. The smoke. The first blood comes out on Nitsua over on Kraesong. Phoenix does follow with a trade. Gets another one onto Omen and is looking for a plant.
Sicko Scott gets a double kill, moving on here, 4-3 now. The spike is down, 45 seconds to play. Door's already taken out.
Breach is looking to use some flashes here. He does get one. No value found just yet, but they are moving into sight, trying to get this retake. But Honeyblood is going to fall and finds a second kill. Maximoto getting that double kill on Heaven. On his pillow with the closeout. Wow.
Good classic kills there. Very controlled spray. Also swapped to the burst when it mattered the most. 2 sets of double kills for the attackers. Good hold, good plant, and then good final, clicking on heads. You've got to have Nitsua with the Marshall. Last time I casted, we had some Marshalls popping off. We're going to hope for the same thing. A lot of headshots.
I love a Marshall menace. I really do. And that can be the great disrupting factor when you are facing up at a gun advantage. And on this replay, that was a great kill from Maximoto on Honeyblood. And then that double kill, incredible. I love that they stayed on site there. That was
If you notice, look at how controlled they were at clicking. They were clicking just as fast as they could reset their targeting indicator back to the minimum possible spread. If you click too fast, you're just going to spray bullets everywhere. Controlled spray, very good by that.
Impressive work. And we do see Honest Pillow picking up that Vandal on the round 2. Not rocking a shield, or just that light shield here. Could be risky, but could pay off, having that incredible gun advantage.
Buying a Vandal round 2, like, woo, you really are going for those early rounds.
You're feeling confident. Confident.
You're feeling like I've got my aim already, even though we're like 1.5 minutes into play.
Absolutely. It looks like Omen is trying to clear out this pocket. He does find that it is safe. He's holding there. We do have Astronautical holding this tree area, trying to make sure that there aren't any folks creeping in through there, which he doesn't know this, but there is a lot going to come straight at him here. They are trying to retake that tree, pushing in with a first blood onto Sushi from Endquine.
Another A-plant, good suss out of utility. Sicko Scott almost gets taken down, falls back, can't quite heal, trying to heal, but hey, your head doesn't go through the floor. Mitsuo bouncing around up top, trying to suss out a little more utility, trying to get a little bit of spam, has the Marshall, looking for any shot, goes through the cloak, sees Krang, doesn't quite get it, one leg shot only.
One tap does put some damage out. Duel of the Marshals, he fails though, as Kraesong does take him down.
Vandal proven to be good use. Caps gets another kill. However, 1 HP in Croissant sitting back. Can they defend? One. Sicko Scott gets another flank.
Gets it on the half. Picks up the Spectre. Does get a kill. Really low on Kraesong here as they go in for the finish. An incredible shot.
Oh, the Marshall player with 1 HP, the exact amount that you needed, and sacrifices themselves to the spike going, gets one more charge of their ultimate.
1 HP is all you need.
Woo! What a round two.
I'm excited to see them picking up all of these rifles here, trying to get that momentum back. But wow, looking at this replay, I mean, an incredible push up here, in through trees, setting up the util. Ooh, and that decisive Marshall shot at the end.
Yeah, I mean, pros don't fake, but when the timer's going there and you're thinking, do I have enough time to not be pressing on the spike? It's rough.
Absolutely, absolutely. You gotta make or break. We do see 3 pushing up through mid, and we do see the Paranoid coming out, helping clear some of that space. Ooh, takes a lot of damage from Honeyblood here. And we see the first trade towards mid. Caps picking up a kill on Honest Pillow and Maximoto trading on the KJ.
Phoenix is running in, trying to run it down, running it back. He's got his pistol out, 5 HP, but doesn't actually get much done with it. Ultimate used, but gets a little bit of health back afterwards.
We do see AHB picking up 2 more kills here, bringing it into a 4v2. T1 does get the plant down, but it might be tricky to hold.
Oh, that almost was a comedy of errors right there. One Omen in front of the other.
Wow.
Honeyblood takes out Equine, and there, Maximoto finally gets taken down. Successful retake of the site.
And they're saving 3 rifles here, which I think is great to pick up and pull into that next round. It's going to help them a lot as T1 is running in to their buy round here.
Look at that eco. I mean, Caps and Astronautical basically are zeroed out, effectively speaking. If they had lost that round, that's another eco you have to go through, and with basically pistols.
Absolutely, and they'd be facing up against, ooh, we got a fun fact here. The words Civic Radar, Level, Rotor, Kayak, Madam, and Refer are all spelled backwards.
Backwards, or are they palindromes?
I think they are palindromes. I think you can spell them the same way, front to back.
You know, depending upon the lettering of the actual characters, you could arguably also slice the words in half around the center
like
and
a
be
mirror.
mirrored. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very Da Vinci Code over here.
Ooh, we do see some information being traded here. Endquine has to give up that space and retreat back into sight. And it looks like they are going to retrieve the spike as they start to look towards some movements towards mid. We do have some holding space. Omen over on the A site, preserving some of that space on the map, and Viper with a very slow hold on B site.
Yeah, nobody's pushed through B main yet so far. We've seen 2 to A, we've seen some sussing around mid, but no actual like hard commit through B main. It was through mid to get to B the last time on round 3. Now in round 4, they're looking like maybe they're gonna rush up B and head straight into the Killjoy.
Right into that util we were chatting about earlier. It will be tricky for them, but if they can get past that, oh!
Almost.
And with Caps falling, all of that util is completely offline, giving them free reign into the site. That plant is going down, met with the Viper's Pit. This looks like a great hold for them.
I don't want to say Caster Curse, but I'll say Caster Curse.
Could be.
And you do
Could be.
have the Viper ult already out, wall off towards B spawn. A little bit of smoke coming out. Pillow trying to spam through, does get concussed, but manages to walk away.
Honeyblood does pick up that kill on Endquine, and Nitsua taking another kill on Kraesong as they're looking for an entrance into this Viper's Pit.
I mean,
they're looking for anything.
Oh, there's 1, there's 2. Oh, has to use both shells, does get the kill, but that's not enough. 1v1.
Sicko Scott versus Astronautical. Astronautical does tap the spike.
Come on.
Looking for that trade. Ooh!
There you go.
Astronautical!
Spray control flick down. Will they have enough time to defuse the spike?
It's
no.
really close.
Oh!
Wow.
seconds.
Wow. Oh. But we do have to note here that they aren't saving any of those rifles bringing into this round. And AHB has been able to recover some of that econ from their prior rounds, so we'll have to see what they're going to be bringing into this next round here.
Good spray control. Takes out the first. Another peek through here. Jumping up, sees, and immediately takes them out. The 1v1.
Timing or what? What the fuck?
That timing, indeed.
Scott's feeling that round, definitely.
spicy.
I mean, he definitely had that timing, 0.2, 0.3 seconds. Whether it's pressing F just a little bit faster or just dying a little bit quicker, either one would have worked, but nope. Successful plant.
And we do get an early Marshall pick from Nitsuwa over on Kraesong, already bringing this into a 5v4.
I mean, we've said it before, the Marshall players in these tournaments have been disgustingly effective.
Oh my. Absolutely. I wish I had that kind of aim.
Oh, I mean, we can go back to aim labs and practice for, you know, a couple dozen years.
All right, and it does look like there's a lot of shots being fired through that mid area. They do get that fault line hit and a Lear coming out just to pressure them off. They don't know about this Omen lurk. There is some smokes coming down to kind of cut off their entry into mid, and we do see this response rotate.
You can see the pings on the map. They know exactly where Omen is. If Omen doesn't reposition, he's either going to get immediately blasted or maybe gets the advantageous 1v1, but Phoenix is already looking. Oh,
But he doesn't clear the angle, and he falls for it.
He got the headshot, but needed more than just one. Oh, that's unfortunate with the classic.
Joke's over. You're dead.
And here we have Caps with just a ghost trying to defend against 4 rifles pushing into her sight. Does take out the Phoenix ult, but Maximoto responds with a quick kill. Entwine with a double kill here.
Astronaut does take out one with a frenzy. The sight is theirs. It was expensive, but the sight is theirs. Now the question is, can you get one more kill? If you can get 3 kills on an... Oh, nope. Unfortunate. 3 kills on an eco would feel great. 2's not bad.
Not bad at all. Knocking off 3 rifles is never a bad thing. I am curious to see if they will continue to bounce the KJ in between sites here. I know that we saw them on B, then swapped over to A. I'm curious to see where KJ is going to continue to set up. It looks like a heading towards A site, so maybe another hold there. And with Omen, perhaps looking for another one of those push-ups into that market area.
Before game, I know we talked about putting KJ possibly at mid to slow it down, but at this point, I don't think putting it mid would have only helped, what, 1, maybe 2 of the rounds so far? It seems like you're basically flipping a coin and hoping you're in the right site this time around.
I do like the swap up here. And ooh, they will get some information there with the bird and dog coming through. Ooh, but they get the first blood over from Enquine onto Sushi, clearing some path into A as they do take out some of this KJ util, closing that door, continuing to clear all of KJ's work. But we do see the lockdown coming off and shoving them off of this site as they look to retreat with their team, but not before picking up that orb.
Gives you a little bit of time to readjust, rotate maybe one person over. Omen already ults onto B sites, gets some vision, does get into Boathouse, but immediately gets taken out.
They read that so well. Astronautical taking him out decisively there. And at this point, it looks like T1 is just looking for some kind of entry into a site. Looking through mid, seeing if there's an angle to play. We do see Sage pushing up in through tree, but not fully committing anywhere just yet.
Yeah, at this point, you're running out the clock as long as you can. The slow walking, sussing out info, and right there, a little bit of trade. You know, hey, there's at least one person on A. A second person, you probably call in, hey, it's a good time to rotate. One gets taken out on his pillow down as well.
Destroyed.
We do see
30 seconds
quite
left.
a few folks up here in heaven. We will love to see a little bit more of a re-entry from another point to give them a little bit of diversity in the plays that they can make, but we do see Breach with the ultimate coming through, Rolling Thunder, and they're pushing through the Viper, and they completely clear them out. What an incredible coordinated retake there. That was really impressive.
That was a great timing. Use the ultimate to immediately throw them off the angles, concuss them, they can't move, and at the same time push in multiple different avenues at the same point. You have Crossfire going up, 3 in one location, 1 in the other, and boom, 2 instant kills, retake the site.
Really clean plays. I love the coordination that that's showing, and I'd love to see, yes, that first pick, huge for them. And the Omen clear out in Boathouse.
And right there, Caps does get the trade. And right here, one, boom, down, take out from the top, take out from the front, the stall, and the coaches are looking a little bit relaxed back there.
I like the sandaled feet up on the desk there. That looks
I mean, they also have
comfortable.
free drinks underneath their legs if they want them, you know?
Incredible.
Oh, 5-stack. Uh-oh.
Was a
Sushi.
risky hold. Ooh, but he does get the information and pulls back pretty easily, gets that smoke out. We do see Seekers pop from Sky. Jet in a very precarious location there does dash away.
Ooh, an awful lot of spraying coming through. A lot of utility use on both sides, but surprisingly, a full retreat. Now it's time. Are they going to run straight through mid, or are they going to do a double back? Is this a fake out? A slow fake out?
I love a fake out. You never expect it. And we do see that they might be falling for this as 3 players from AHB do start moving towards that middle area.
I mean, it's a smart call, right? Because you haven't seen any contact. You have to cover your other sites. The question is, how many people do you send back, right? This is the correct play to make because they don't have any other information.
Absolutely. Ooh, and Omen is going to catch that Sky Bird. But wow, even through the blind, they managed to pick up 3. And with that Shadow Step, he does get across, but not before falling into the trap of Sicko Scott with a double kill on the Sheriff.
Enemy remaining.
Spike does go down on sight. That was a fantastic Omen dash. Scott's going to go pick up the Vandal, get a reload off. Not many bullets left to use on this gun. Gets a little bit of healing through as well. Now going to slow push up, but it looks like the window. Is the window still there? No, and there it goes. A little bit of top up top. Seeing where he is now falling back. The Spike is down on A site.
Ooh, catching that flash from Breach. He does have to retreat slightly. Oh, but he catches Breach while his back is turned. He does have some util here left
Run away.
to use.
If KJ can just run away, there's not enough time to plant the spike. There's not enough time to plant the spike. He had to go for the kill. KJ ran away, played the smart play. It was aggressive of them to hold the spike where they were, but realized if I leave, they can't win.
Absolutely. Smart play there. When you know that that clock is ticking down, you need at least 4 seconds to plant that spike. And boy, did he not have it at the end.
If I was their coach, I would have been panicking that they were aggressively playing the spike with 15 seconds left. The first kill made me really start sweating, but thankfully, Caps did manage to get away, secure the round. Whew.
And with that blind, I was expecting a little bit more from that. But Sicko Scott with that double kill, the clean headshots. Wow.
Enemy remaining.
Really impressive work there.
Really good, really clutch. Scott showcasing exactly why he's this good at this game and other games. He's consistently Diamond Master Tier in League as well.
Wow. I wish I could be that talented, but he really is showing up here. I mean, I'm rooting for everybody, but I love to see somebody show that kind of dominance across multiple titles.
I would be very shocked if he doesn't continue to play duelists in like the second and or third game. Like, don't put him on a controller. He obviously wants to shoot people
He
at
has
point
that
blank.
ego. He's got that duelist ego.
Give him the ability to shine, and he will try and shine.
I love it. Shining like this gun in his hand, too. I love to see when we've got the VCT gun glowing in all its glory.
Natsua having to fall back a little bit from mid, rotating back towards A site high. Scott is hiding in the smoke. Sushi, op shot does miss. Astronaut gets a kill in on his pillow, though.
Ooh, and we do see the skirmish in tree. Astronautical does take out and climb. And this op is trying to relocate, looking for some value, looking for a good angle to take somebody down, but they're looking straight into smokes. We do see some movement up towards mid. Sky is pretty far from the rest of her team here, looking for some of that information, letting the team know that they can rotate into that B main area.
There's not much time left. 15 seconds. It takes 4 to plant the spike. The question is, are they going to hard commit to B and try and get it down? They will run into the KJ traps in a moment. They close the door. 8 seconds to plant the spike.
And that Viper wall doing a lot for them and hiding that rotation over across into sight. We're looking at a 3v4 here. Very winnable. Depends on how they're able to pull off this retake. Oh, the short range op shot.
Wall bang op shot through a wall. I was going to say you might want to trade it for a Vandal at this point, but no. Ultimate is out. Daggers are ready to go. Almost gets Scott, but taken out in the trade. 3v1 left.
And AHB Honeyblood does take out the last leg of T1's team, coming in, trading that defuse over to KJ to get those ult points built up.
We're at 4-4, 8 rounds in. Eco's looking pretty good for both teams. This is going to be a slugfest if it continues like this. We're going to continue to see back and forth, and I want it.
Dusted right there.
That was a great hold, and some of these holds as they're looking towards places that folks are going to be pushing out most commonly. And of course, this shot, the no-scope through the wall. Love to see it.
Who needs a scope when you're that close, am I right?
Absolutely. It's basically a shotgun at that point.
I mean, That would be. Let's introduce a broken game mode where the operator unaimed fires like 9 bullets at once. I'm sure that will be fair and balanced, right, designers?
Very fair, very balanced.
A little bit of
Shooting
sus in
just
there.
a couple shots through here, hoping to get just a lucky headshot as someone's peeking around that corner, as they have done in rounds past. Still with these really strong holds, looking at these entry points, trying to find a little bit of info, maybe put on a little bit of damage, maybe get a lucky kill, but really just trying to make sure that they know where their enemy is moving in towards. And we do have quite a few of T1 gathered up in B main looking for a push. And as the smoke screen does come up, they're looking for that. The Skydog does find Breach, and they get the first kill with that Breach util onto Sky.
And then immediately undid. Honest Pillow gets the res off, almost gets wallbanged as well. Spike does go down. It was a good trade and a good kill with that utility. Viper ult going out now. It's going to be a 5v5 retake on B. Not much time left to get this thing going.
I am curious to see if they will be keeping that shorty out while in the Viper's Pit. It can be really smart to have that super short range burst weapon to help you out when you're in an ult like this, but they do have that other gun to switch to if they want it. Kraesong does get the pick on Honeyblood. Ooh, and HB is falling.
We talked about the shorty. That's 2 shorty kills in quick succession. Another kill from the front site. They do get the defuse off.
Wow.
What a convincing retake. 5v5, and they walk out with 2 people alive, and they can recollect the operator.
Absolutely. That was a really impressive retake, especially with that Viper's Pit up. Just knowing where they can move around on the edges of that site where the Viper's Pit isn't quite reaching. I love to see it.
Hot take, if you are going to, you're like, hey, I really want to use my Viper ult this round, maybe you auto buy a Judge and use your Marshall as your primary. Super hot take.
Honestly, I'm with it. I'm with it. You get so much spray potential there, right?
Exactly. Such good takes on the retake. Good kills, 5-4. You do get kind of a half buy coming in from Team 1. They're probably saving up to get at least 2 full rounds of buys before the half.
We do see quite a few of T1 pushing up into this A site area. Not quite committing. They have already gotten Omen to smoke that entry point. They are looking like a quick retreat back towards mid-top. Omen sticking around, though, trying to figure out if maybe there's some more value for him here. Keeping that spike in A main, looking for something while Phoenix and Sage start taking space over towards B.
I'm really glad that they're continuing to be like, okay, let's immediately pivot if we don't think it's working. We've got a lot of time on the clock. Let's suss out, can we find a weakness somewhere else? Have they given us a gap we can exploit?
Absolutely. And I like that they're not afraid to call the rotate, but they're also not afraid to stay if they think that there's potential there. I love that they're not giving up too much space on the map when they don't have to.
Yeah, right now it looks like there's a giant empty spot in mid. They don't know it, but they could sneak up towards A side. Off shot coming down mid, blind firing, possibly going to B corridor. You do have a triple stack on B already. They might be forced into a B rush with the last 30 seconds of the round.
And not having to run up against this KJ util could be big for their entry onto B. With KJ still holding that A site, they do take out the Lear, but still get concussed by Breach. They're looking for the opportunity to close that door, spraying through the smoke, finding the operator, sitting back in that safe spot. Some do fall. Nitsua does find that op pick on Honest Pillow, but we do see the plant coming down, and we have a 4v4 on our hands.
Now the real question is, who's gonna check down low? Is Kraesong gonna get a free kill, or Sicko Scott instead gonna cover, gets the kill on Caps. Sicko Scott with 5 HP gonna heal up a little bit.
But not before catching a blind to the face and bullets to the head. Kraesong and Quine, however, picking up 2 more kills, but Sushi turns it around with a kill into Kraesong.
1v2, one's on the site. Blind teleports on top of boxes and gets a pistol to the face in
Wow,
response.
even with the broken econ by there, they are finding a great win out of that round.
We did say Slugfest. Look at the scoreline, 10-10 on both sides. You definitely have some heavy hitters trying to top the scoreboard. The real question is, are we going to end the game with some dual scores?
Ooh, that would be fun. That would be fun. But I'm just excited that we're seeing such a close game so far.
Oh yeah, it is a slugfest. 5-5. We're not quite at the halfway. Then if we can get a slight runaway, we might see it. But honestly, I'm fully expecting this thing to go 12+12.
Absolutely. What do you expect to see in terms of the swap up from KJ on the attacking side?
On the attacking side, I mean, if you want to do some awkward rotates, you want to put KJ utility up where you can cover. Ooh, good kill from Sushi to start. I'll finish this after this fight.
I've got your trail.
Ooh, and we do see them taking space up into this smoke, sitting in the hollow of that smoke, looking for a little bit more info while the rest of the team looks to rotate through mid. But they are met with some more spraying from Enquine into A site. Some snake bites do come out, trying to clear that tree area, while Nitsua takes down Maximoto towards tiles.
And has the spike, picks it back up. We do still see a 5-3. Control is still solidly in defense hands. No push forward there yet. And there's first trade. Caps does manage to fall back, but took a little bit of damage onto Croissant.
Absolutely, we're still seeing a pretty strong hold on A from KJ and Omen. Nobody is coming through there without making a lot of noise. But with the Viper wall across mid, it is making it a little bit harder for them to confidently clear out those spaces. However, ooh, we do see some incredible pick here from Holly Honeyblood, but not before it is responded to by Honest Pillow with the trade.
At that point, you're stalling for time. You manage to force him to stay around you for another 2 seconds. Finally get the kill. If you're lucky, you get another kill, a little bit of damage. But now it's 2 people pushing up mid, 2v4. Defense knows exactly where offense is going. This is not looking good. 15 seconds left.
Ooh, and as she pulls out the util, Nitsua takes down Honest Pillow and Enquine for the double kill.
You hate to see it happen. Hey, it's time to use my util, and oh gosh, there's somebody with a gun looking at me.
Every time. It's the Val timing is what it is.
It's perfect foul timing. You're like, big brain play. I'm going to die without my gun out. Killjoy. Yeah, if you're Killjoy an attacker, you want to plant your utility in a way that prevents rotates behind you, or that gives you like the advantage of I can now rotate safely because my sentries haven't given me intel. Oh, there's nobody here.
Absolutely, and it can really ruin those lurks. And you know, when you have someone like an Omen, you do kind of expect some of those lurks here. And incredible replay on that double kill. You'll love to see that value coming out.
6-5, final round of the half. Everybody's full bite. Although we do have a Marshall and Croissant. Like, we've seen how effective it can be. Will they get another 3 random headshots? Sushi and Sicko Scott don't know it, but they're staring each other in the face. Just one shadow in front of them. And like ships in the night, they don't quite see each other just yet.
And we do have 2 ultimates available on AHB's defensive side. We have the Lockdown and we do have Empress on their Reyna. Ooh, but with the First Blood, Sicko Scott does take out the Smoker. That's going to make it a lot harder to pull off these defensive holds.
And gets the gun, gets to upgrade his gun over, gets a better rifle out of that instead of an SMG. Nitsua has popped up, hiding behind this. Hasn't quite given away there. Croissant's moving onto the site. B site is convincingly on the side of Team 1. Now it's a question of retake.
But here comes the Lockdown being popped and forcing the rest of T1 into the limited free space in Boathouse. And we do see Viper looking to hold back into that alleyway. Nobody found on that Killjoy Lockdown, but Croissant with the double kill. Maximoto picks up a 3rd. Oh, and the flawless coming out for a team that ultimately had the weaker econ buy there. They had complete gun diff in that situation. They still pulled out the win.
They had good execute there. Defense wanted to put up the Killjoy a little bit further forward, wanted to use the ultimate closer to Boathouse. Unfortunately, if you put it there, you can easily get wall banged through. Don't have many options unless you can control the site, at which point, why would you pop your ultimate if you're already controlling the site? Best of a bad scenario, didn't manage to detain anyone.
That's done.
But still, I think that pick at the very beginning, taking out their controller that early before they're able to smoke out those choke points,
causes an early rotate, splits the lines, gives you the ability to sneak on B, and boom, all of a sudden it's now a 6-6 game at the half, perfectly even. One might say perfectly balanced in all things.
just like those words that we looked at earlier.
Just
completely
like.
mirrored.
Oh, baby. Completely mirrored. 6 for 6. Pistols off. Couple of ghosts. Oh, a little bit of spam already. And Caps already dinked down to 13 HP.
Wow, and we do see one Sheriff on Holly Honeyblood. I'm hoping to see some headshots coming out of those Sheriffs. I love a Sheriff player, but only if they're landing clicks on heads. Snakebite's coming out with the response flash from Breach. Nitsua does pick up the first blood on Maximoto, and they're looking for an aggressive push in through door here from Market into B site as they filter in. Sage is stuck all on her lonesome all the way on B site, but does pick up a kill on Astronautical and a second kill on Honeyblood here. Impressive hold from the site. Kraesong finishing it out with Caps falling at the very end.
I'm surprised. I thought they were spamming to close that door and having the door still open. I was like, oh gosh, this is where it all falls apart. But the shots were there. Fantastic defense to hold the round.
Wow. And
offense.
now we do see some buys coming up. They're not forcing too hard. Looks like we're going to see at least one save on just the Sheriff there, upgrading to those full shields, and then Spectres, but no Vandals this time.
Yeah, no Vandals this time around too. A little bit disappointed, not gonna lie. But we do see a Marshall, which is good, and we still see a little bit of a spread. Full armor, you always want to go full armor when you've bought. When you've won that first round, there's no reason not to.
Absolutely. And we do see an early smokes coming out from both Omens, one in mid and the other one taking a lot of space through A main, trying to cut them off from those early pushes. But doesn't matter as they push through mid, but the Skybird does get some information, shooting that up over the tree wall there.
It's always good to hear your character go blinded, and you're like, cool, I hit something. I know somebody's there.
Information. And then trading blinds here in tree, looking for some point of entry into this A site. Shadow step across from Omen. Ooh, almost falls to the Marshall here, but Shadow steps back out to safety. But Maximoto does fall. Caps, however, gets the trade on Maximoto. But Sicko Scott with the Spectre spray from tree into sight.
Almost a firing line. So many bodies standing up. Spike is down on top of A. Oh, that is so unfortunate. So hard to get to, especially when it's a 1v3. Sushi pushing forward with the classic.
Ooh, and before that door can fully close, they are able to take them down with the classic upgrade to the Marshall, and they're looking for a push into heaven to try and do this retake.
It's two people in your face! And unfortunately, 2v1, we know how that ends.
Especially when it's two Spectres against a Marshall.
And at that point, a classic.
And that classic in hand. I mean, right clicks can only do so much.
And they didn't even right click. It was such a sad story.
But we do see the 2-round lead coming out for T1 here. I'm interested to see if they're able to keep that momentum going.
I mean, it's obviously the power of the teddy bear.
Oh, clearly.
100%, right?
Look at that.
You give it a little bit
Menacing.
of rub the head for good luck, and then you hope that your aim improves, because otherwise you can just blame it on the teddy bear, and then everything's fine. You just move on to the next round.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Avoid, responsibility at all costs. Ooh, and we do see a fault line potentially getting thrown into tree. Yes, it does not connect with anybody, but they have used just a little bit of util to gauge out what's going on A site area. We do see 3 attackers moving in towards that mid hold again. They seem to really like these mid holds.
And Krasong has a Bucky, so gotta hold those close angles. You're definitely not gonna win long range fights with that. You gotta hold the corners, and right here, Sicko Scott is about to walk into 3 of them if he moves just a little bit far forward.
We do see potential for disaster, but Sicko Scott pulls out the double kill, responding with Sushi taking him down, but not before he does some serious damage to their team.
2 for 1 as an entry frag, fantastic work.
Especially with the gun disadvantage, and Sushi showing what superior guns are supposed to do, getting that kill with their Vandal in that mid area, and now pushing around for more pressure towards B spawn.
Yeah, they don't know it, but they have B site. There is still an Omen up in mid. Did get spotted. The spike is rotating through B main. Gonna go back behind B. A site is completely fallen over, and it's time to go plant on B.
And Omen just holding in this smoke, praying that their Spectre will do the job. Putting out more smokes, trying to keep that hold, trying to make sure that they don't know precisely where he is as the plant is coming down from T1. We do see Killjoy throwing out some of her nanos, looking to keep the enemy team from pushing up against them, just buying some of that space. We do see the turret coming down as well, but taken out pretty quickly.
Another bit of smoke coming in on Boathouse. Sushi's gonna have to push out, gets shot, gets 2 kills for none, 1v3, tries to go for the trade. Sushi picks up a quadra kill on the flanking roaming Omen.
And they do manage to preserve 3 rifles here, despite that early hiccup with losing 2 to the Spectre in tree. What a recovery.
That is a good recovery. We said Slugfest. I would not be shocked to see AHB get another kill, another round here, bring it back to 8-8. Look at this disgusting spray transfer.
Wow.
Almost gets to shoot the 3rd person as well.
Almost. Ooh, and the headshot there. And picking up that double at the end. Really impressive.
What the fuck, my monitor?
I mean, it's obvious he doesn't need his monitor on to be hitting those shots. That's what I'm saying.
No, you crouch, you spray, you pray. 3
Sometimes
steps.
you also close your eyes. Honeyblood just holding the angle. Looks like a little bit sus. Does gets the spot, but Maximoto takes out Honeyblood. DMR does not quite work that time around.
We do see some bullets flying here in Garage. Jet looking for some amount of info, but Killjoy keeping their eyes set on Tree, looking for potentially a mid-rotation. We do see the heal coming out from Honest Pillow onto Maximoto, using that util really well. We do see the wall in mid, cutting off any potential there, unless they want to invest a lot of those bullets.
Yeah, a lot of holding up mid, a lot of what we see here on the second half, which we didn't in the first half, is there's an awful lot more of like mid openness this time around. In the first half, mid was very heavily contested. There was always an operator or some long range rifle holding it from defender side spawn. We're not seeing the same level of control this time around.
Absolutely, and I'm wondering if maybe some of that has to do with the Sentinel picks. But we do see an aggressive engage, Jet dashing in through alley. Oh, and not being able to find those picks here. Kraesong falling with the shotgun, not being able to meet its mark, planting the spike successfully, and now looking for some more frags in through CT.
An awful lot of ammo getting traded. A little bit of damage here. Sicker Scott does get one kill. Natsua, another blind fire. Maximoto gets another kill. Sushi's trying to hold out as best they can. Gonna throw out some blind up top. Blinds their ally. Manages to get into Boathouse. We get another trade here. Maximoto kills Nitsua, and we still have one left. There it goes.
Ooh. Wow. A great retake overall, trading this defuse off onto Sage, who's just now 1 point away from that res.
You hate to see it when Omen's like, I need to blind, and then you walk right next to your ally and blind them as well.
It always hurts. It does, and that's why I don't play Omen. I will flash my teammates.
If I can friendly fire my allies, I 100% will. Note to self, don't ever play people who can injure your friends.
I have been known to throw out the,
We did see some team kills on Tuesday.
Really?
With Raze.
Wow.
A lot of
that.
grenades accidentally their teammates, and I say that with heavy praise. Accidentally.
Accidentally. We do see these early smokes coming out from Omen. Some really shallow smokes here.
This is a hard rush coming straight out of B. I mean, they have an eco buy. They've got a little bit of SMGs, a Bucky even on Sushi. They're just running on to B.
And Enquine is forced off of this CT hold, trying to look for possibly a pick through, but not finding anything as they spray through that smoke. But they are creeping back up, trying to regain some of that space, look for an entry. Kraesong does try to flash through the wall, but it doesn't quite meet its mark. The second one does. Ooh, and they get that pick onto Sushi.
You hope to get one kill, because you definitely know I am not leaving here alive. The question is, how many do I take with you?
And the alarm bot alerting them of that lurk through and making it possible for them to pick up that frag.
Another frenzy kill from Nitsua, popping off with that pistol this round. Oh, and Kraesong just walks out and gets a free headshot on Cap.
And it looks pretty desperate here on the retake. They try to get the defuse. Can they get it to half? Not at all. And the bomb will go off with a thrifty round.
Ooh, I mean,
wow.
they recognized that they had not much eco to play with. They played to their strengths, and that strength was, let's hold W and see what happens. And this time around, it definitely
Hey, if it works, it works.
We don't question strategies.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just need to W key gaming.
I mean, it works, and that was the perfect round to use it. I would definitely expect them not to do the same thing now that they have money.
Absolutely, and especially with the ults they have here. I do love this replay with that frenzy kill. Impressive gameplay of the gun disadvantage, and the last kill here on the bomb for the Thrifty.
Definitely good use of their abilities, of their time, spread it out, cover the different angles, and then still the diffuser didn't have much time, but to hold it down means, hey, I gotta shoot them for free.
I am curious to see how this round plays out, knowing that we have pretty close buys, with the exception of Enquine with that Sheriff. The early Viper's Pit invested here to cut them off from a push from B main into B. I really like this Viper's Pit.
What's funny is Viper's probably going to immediately run out.
Absolutely.
Oh,
and is hit by the lockdown.
Oh, and there goes the Viper's Pit because they can't make it back inside in time. Oh, at that point, if you're going to get hit, you just stand in it anyway.
Tragic. Ooh, but the wallbang kill from Honeyblood onto Enquine, taking out those smokes.
Clears out the cubby near doors. Multiple people in cubby now, spamming through the darkness. Flashbangs coming in from connector. Nitto's about to walk into two, gets blind fired through. Astronaut takes one back through doors.
Wow, and we do see the Rolling Thunder invested here just to keep them pushed off, but we have Breach holding that spike just too shallow
Spike
into
down,
sight
B.
and does get taken out by Maximoto.
30 seconds
And we're
left.
in a 2v2 now.
Maximoto's position is known. Good cover from Croissant to push out to get the kill from the person waiting, but Maximoto knows they're pinned down. Caps has to figure out, is there anything they can do in this type of position? Do I push out, or do I wait and hope that one of them gives a free position? No, she's going to fall back, moves, almost gets a trade kill. 12 seconds left, has to pick up the spike. 4 seconds to
seconds
plant.
left.
I'm not sure they're going to make it.
Time is ticking away rapidly.
I got this
The
fight.
best that they could hope for would be kills at this point, but moving into sight, looks like they're not going to be able to find anybody, but they do pick up the kill post-round.
And they will get the spike down.
everyone's tech still
A
running?
little bit of a
Extra goals.
freebie,
Yeah,
but you know,
some
at the
extra
same
credits.
time, the one kill is nice, but if you only had a couple of seconds more.
Just a couple seconds. It really does come down to those really thin moments of wondering if you can get just a little bit further into sight. Can you get a plant a little bit sooner, but not today.
Play a little more aggressive, hope that somebody's on a rotate when you pivot in. Like, that was such a good flick kill to realize, oh, somebody's there.
Right. But squeezing out all the value you can in those final moments, even after the round loss.
Eco's not looking too hot for Team 1. We got a stinger, a little bit of armor, a little bit of money. Oh, Sushi takes out Sicko Scott instantly.
Cover going out.
And that is down a duelist now. It is going to be a lot harder for them to find those trades here as they come in on this entry. We do have 3 members of T1 already rotating in to answer this push, but Jet is on site. Breach is already coming with the plant, and we're seeing members fall left and right. We've got just 2 members of T1 remaining for this retake, and they both have pistols.
Yeah, this is going to be a rough retake if at all possible. As a betting man, 100 to 1 odds, but I would love to see it happen. Nope, Honeyblood gets 1 kill, has to reload and gets taken out.
Can Maximoto find just a little bit more value with that ghost?
A second
Remains
kill
to be
here would
seen.
feel real good, especially on an eco round, but you've given away that you went to high, you broke down window, but at this point, 1v4, is there anything else you can do? Can you get one more kill before you die?
That is the value they're looking for here, but ultimately it looks like they're going to try and die to the bomb to make sure that they're not taking that credit reduction on their next buy phase. Going for the defuse just because you can. I gotta respect it.
Your options are, can I pick up a gun? No. Can I die? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna do B.
And might as well defuse while you have the moment. And we do have a timeout, the first timeout of the match coming out from AH Beams.
All right, 1 minute to consider what you're doing. The score line, as you can see, is exceptionally close. One point separates these teams. You're coming in, closing in on overtime. 9-10, you have Eco. What do you want to do if you're the team that's behind? What do you need to do right now?
I mean, at this point, you've got to figure out where you're failing to get these pushes, right? Like, where are you getting caught out? Where are you losing team members? And you have that discussion with your coach. They're seeing all of this from the top down. So having that conversation with your trusted advisor, I think, is really going to help them here.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the skill on all of these players. There's a lot of insane head clicking going on here. I don't think it's a question of, hey, your accuracy is the reason we're losing. It's more of a question of, can we eke out holding onto one more piece of utility? Can we hold one more corner for a little bit longer and stall out that time just a little bit more, right? It's a game of inches at this point.
Absolutely. With how close these rounds are, any of the advice that they're getting from these coaches is going to be a small incremental change, but that might just make the difference.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do okay, everyone is only ever going to buy Phantoms
Right.
from here on out at this point in the game. Like, no reason to. You know what you're doing well. It's now a question of how do we eke out that bonus 1 to 2% that we
Just a
need.
little bit more efficiency, just a little bit more, because it is really close for this game.
Yeah, we got pairs of ults available on both sides. We've got reasonably good eco. We do have some light shields coming in from beams, and Team 1, we do see Croissant has he's got the burst rifle. It's still good, but it's definitely nowhere near as good as just generic left clicking as any of the other rifles can be.
Absolutely. And right off the bat, we do see a first blood coming in from Sushi onto Sicko Scott, and they do fall with that fault line, trying to get a little bit more concuss off. Ooh, and Jet explodes onto site here, closing that door, already getting the plant down. That door does get broken, as we do have Honest Pello up here in heaven, looking for some kind of entry into this retake.
Doesn't know, but is about to walk into another person. A bunch of scouting coming in from behind. Doesn't see anyone on the flank. Caps is holding a very long angle. Going to rotate in from mid side. Honeyblood finds one. Astronaut gets the kill.
And we are still looking at a very decisive hold, but we get 2 kills folks dropping across the map, and another one before the shadow step can fully register. Ooh, and Nitsua with the double kill, really judging like a huge amount of value for them here, and the triple kill here to preserve the plant. Wow.
Nitsua really just pulled victory out of their jaws of defeat there. Got one immediate kill, spray transferred onto the second, Sage up high, and then pulls in with the third final kill of the defender trying to get the defuse off. Fantastic way to turn that round around into an advantage and to seal it out. Now it's back to 10-10. We're even again, and if you look, Team 1 is basically running full eco.
Whatever the coach was telling them, it clearly helped.
Clearly worked. We saw some really good instant flicks. The round goes. Team 1 is going to have to probably like they're 5 stacking A and hoping that A gets to be to the site that's picked from AHB to push onto.
And we do see this slow creep up catwalk, looking again towards that tree area entry into A site. Not quite committing. We don't see as much of that speed as we saw last round. We do have the smoke screen that can be answered if they see this push coming up, and it does get popped. Breach trying to clear out tree as they explode back onto site, but they're being met with a lot of opposition here.
Nitsua going full ham, almost gets the shotgun blast of daggers. This is a fantastic eco considering they guessed the exact right site to be on. 2 for 1. Croissant might get a free kill here. Just has to wait and see. Will the slow walking astronautical just walk right into the headshot? What's the wrong way? Oh no, you hate to see it. That time the 50-50 failed.
But at least that was an eco round for T1, so they didn't lose too much.
3 kills.
Yeah.
A lot of eco hit onto A beams. Like, all things considered, you take that. That's a lot of good damage you've done to their eco. They don't have a lot to play with. Even though we're getting into the end of the rounds, it's almost like this match is almost over. Every dollar is going to count.
Absolutely. And they didn't even sync any of their ultimates there, knowing it was an eco round. That was really smart. Let's go, indeed. And saving those ultimates that they have now for this full buy round.
Yeah, I mean, you have 3 ultimates to Beams 1, right? You definitely want to play ult off. An Astronaut kills Sicko Scott again. Oh, that's unfortunate. As a Phoenix, twice in a row getting taken out so early, he's got to feel bad.
Absolutely. Ooh, and HB also picking up their second kill of the round on Croissant cross mid. And we do see 4 of them shoving up through mid, trying to get this cross, completely running it down, stomping all the way up through catwalk, entering into tree here, completely uncontested it seems. That smoke screen does get popped as the answer, and they are looking for anybody coming up through heaven here.
5v3 is going to be really hard to retake. You have a bunch of ultimates, but at the same time, the ultimates that you have are more defensive effectively in nature. Alarm pod does go off, but you only have so much time left. You're on a clock, you got to play fast, but 5v3, you don't want to.
Honest Pello is taking a couple of stray bullets through the smoke there in tree. Breach is continuing to use util up through heaven to deny that space. Honest Pello does pop the res, so they are looking at a 4v5 here, but time is slipping away from them pretty rapidly. Double kill from Nitsua, taking down Honest Pello and Croissant. Ooh, and they close it out, taking us to match point here.
Match point. It was a valiant try. Good use of both ultimates. You wonder, would it have been better used on the next round? But if you hold on to it, your backs are definitely up against a wall. You used it the round before because you think, if we win here, we have that one bonus round we can get away with. Now, this is it. They have to win out to go to overtime. They still have 2 ultimates. They have a Viper's Pit ready to go. They can very easily hold for at least 1 round here. The question is, will their tactics beat out the attackers? We've seen them go 4-0 in the last 4 rounds.
Especially with the Rolling Thunder available to Astronautical here. I mean, it could be really tricky to do a retake against that kind of utility.
And it'll be a perfect counter to Viper's ultimate. If you see Viper situated up, you could Rolling Thunder through it and just ham rush in holding W. That concussed Viper will not be able to kill all of you.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true. I am curious to see what Phoenix is able to pull off. Sicko Scott being picked out pretty early the past couple of rounds and not able to utilize that ultimate, which he does have available to him this round.
And a late timeout comes in from Team 1. They're probably figuring out, all right, We need to figure out what is our last-minute strategy here. This is backs are up against the wall. We gotta pull out 2 more wins in a row to go to OT. What do we need to do here?
Absolutely.
If I'm in T1's position, my first immediate thought as a coach is, one, even though you're a top fragger, Scott, play a little bit further back. You're clicking heads fantastically, but you're dying in those first early trades in the first few seconds. That really hurts. Pull back a little bit, play a little safer. That sets you up for a lot more defensive stalling.
Absolutely. And I do feel like we could see a little bit more effective use of some of these Sage walls as well. I'm not seeing as much denial from those Sage walls.
I want to, if I'm being greedy, I want to be a kind of a mean Sage. I don't even want a defensive Sage wall that's like the perfect wall. I want a wall that somebody's standing on top of in an unorthodox spot because free headshots.
Right, the Grim walls.
I want
gotta
those.
see some Grim walls.
Right, I want to see something that'll definitely break the stride of the attackers coming in, right? Break the morale.
Yeah, get that momentum halted, which I do think, honestly, sometimes a timeout can do. Just throwing them off their pacing, seeing if you can find just another competitive edge, because these rounds still are really close.
Oh yeah, and there it is. Viper ult immediately goes out.
And this time they do not have the lockdown to answer it with.
No, but we did talk about this a little bit earlier. You could run the Rolling Thunder straight through it and then press W and just hope to find Viper before the concuss falls off. But instead, they decide, nah, dog, not worth it. We're just going to leave.
Yeah, we're just going to run it down across mid, see what we can find. Find that rotate. We don't care. You've invested that ultimate. We're going to look somewhere else.
You've got a 3-stack, now a 4-stack on A. Defense has correctly guessed that like nobody wants to contend with Viper right now. So the question is mid control and A side, and they've stretched out heavily onto A control.
I really do like this hold from Sage and Phoenix in tree. They're staying back really safely, probably looking to make sure that this doesn't hit them as they invest that Rolling Thunder, which completely misses.
Yep, we talked about it, Rolling Thunder. Astronaut does take out Scott's clone. He does get run it back. We do get one plant. Plant goes in. Krasong is currently down. Equine. Oh, wow.
Oh, a little bit closer on that faster on that click.
Trigger control. Trigger
Absolutely.
control. Ooh, Honeyblood with the snap instantly takes out the Sage up high. Blind pushing through the smoke, and it's still a 5v3.
It looks like we've got Sicko Scott looking for anything he can find. Maximoto does pick out Nitsua, bringing it to a 3v4. This is definitely doable if they move fast. We've got folks holding around Generator as Equine does fall. Astronaut takes out Sicko Scott, and Maximoto is quick to follow.
Ooh, and there it is, 13-10. What a fantastic round, game one. That was back and forth. They were never more than 2 points apart until the final breakaway.
Wow, I know, and it really felt like after they had that timeout on the side of AH Beams, they completely turned it around. All of a sudden, they were making these decisive plays that were winning them round after round. I love this cutout. This is incredible.
Sometimes,
a great way to fill.
When you can't be there in person, you are 100% there in spirit, and nothing says I'm here in spirit more like a giant cardboard cutout of your Riot picture.
Absolutely. I mean, ingenuity at its finest.
Ingenuity, a printing press, maybe a quick run to, Kinko's.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. You've got to be there physically, mentally, and definitely with accuracy.
And I love these signs. I love the cat, the sad cat with the thumbs up. I relate. I absolutely relate.
Enemy remaining.
We're gonna have a bunch of look at some of these fantastic clicks. Sushi almost gets the kill on Sicko Scott. Another quick double kill from Incline. The quick trade back there. Astronaut getting another kill. Cap spraying down the Sage. So many of this was just a classic case of I'm in the right position at the right time, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely. They had a lot of value found, and I love this. The no scope through the wall. Absolutely an incredible play. But finding these like peaks around wall, using that peeker's advantage whenever they can to get that small hand up. It's incredible.
And I always love to see shorty kills. The more the merrier, and we saw a couple of them this time around, which is great. Although, we could have a little bit more when the Viper is throwing down their ultimate. But
I absolutely agree.
I'm biased. I'm totally
You like the shotgun plays.
It's fun.
They're flashy. They're flashy.
It's flashy, and it's very much if you don't commit, you've kind of lost.
And what I do really respect about what I'm seeing from both of these teams is that their crosshair placement is pretty good. We're seeing a lot of really decisive picks with the Marshall. We're seeing consistent headshots on the Vandals.
Yeah, what you see the higher up the elo you go is players start to realize where do I need to always be aiming my crosshair? Where is headshot from where I'm at to where they should be? And the higher up you go, the more likely that you will run into players who are consistently always aiming where they need to be, which is the enemy's head.
and then you do what I do, and then you crouch and completely throw them off.
Or you just sweep the leg. You play the Tarkov meta, and all you do is shoot legs.
There you go. You'll never miss.
Never miss. There we go.
Love the let's go. Absolutely. Well, I'm excited to bring this into our second round. I'm really hoping that we turn this around and we get to go to our third
Oh, I would
round.
love to see it. I mean, considering these two teams, like, I think a third map would be juicy. We've seen how slugfest they can be. They're going to be a close round. I'm looking forward to round 2.
And I'm really curious to see what kind of plays we come out. Are we going to get a repeat of the Phoenix? Are we going to get a repeat of the Jet? These
Look at that Jet stat line.
incredible, incredible. The combat score of over 300.
Disgusting. Absolutely. That Jet. I mean, if you could ban out Jet, it definitely feels like Team1 would be like, yeah, can we get rid of this agent, please?
Absolutely, yeah. Let us start banning agents once we get enough.
And look at Scott, even with some of those very early kills where he's taken out legitimately in the first like 3 seconds of the map, still rocking a 256. He's still popping off. If he can manage to not die like instantaneously, I think he's going to be contesting, if not beating that Jet for 300 pluses.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited to see map 2, but we're stepping away. But up next,